Hi, this is Timothy Schutte with Exit Realty Capital City and the Timothy Schutte Real Estate Team. Today we have JC Diaz with Movement Mortgage again. It's been a little while since you've been with us.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Yes, absolutely. It's April now, so we're gonna do a little Movement Mortgage market update. What are you seeing out there, JC?
Well, Tim, thanks for having me. As you know, we're dealing with a crazy market. There's a lot more buyers than sellers.
Yep.
So it makes it extremely difficult to find a property these days. However, we are still at historic lows for interest rates. So that means that we still have an opportunity to find, houses in this market. It's all about sitting with your local lender, so that we can go through.
And your local realtor.
So we can go through the pre-approval process. Absolutely.
Yes. But pre-approval process for you, us on getting a strategy for how we're going to get a property acquired. There's a statistic out there that there's like 5 buyers for every 1 house on the market right now.
That's right. And so that's a multiple offer situation, which is why you need to get pre-approved right off the bat.
Yep.
The reason for that is because there's no time, between, looking at a home and going back to the lender for a pre-approval. You want to be able to find or make an offer on the spot if you find the right property.
Yep. So you said interest rates are still at a historic low. What is the range that we're seeing today on that yet?
Well, the range is hard to say because it depends on a variety of factors.
Yeah.
However, if I were to do an average, we're still in the low 3s.
Okay.
So anywhere from 3 to 3 1/8.
Okay.
That's very good interest rate environment compared to, the 10-year average, which is more like in the mid 8s.
Yeah.
Right.
I got in the business in 2007, and I think it was about 6.5, 6.25, and we thought that was an awesome interest rate.
Yeah, and I bought my first home in 2004, and it was in the mid 8s.
Mid 8s. Wow.
So that's why we still encourage everybody to sit with a local lender so that we can get a pre-approval to the local realtor, because there's still opportunity to help some folks out there.
For sure. So from our standpoint, when we go into a multiple offer situation, we've talked about that in previous videos, but it's very important to know what we have for a pre-approval letter and making sure that our pre-approval letter is worth its weight of the paper or worth the weight of gold, quite frankly. I think that's very important so that we know, as we can tell the listing side that same story.
That's right. And one of the advantages of working with Movement Mortgage is that we do all the verification up front, which means that by the time they find a property, we should have a fully underwritten pre-approval. And that's peace of mind because that means, more than likely we're not going to have any issues with the loan process.
That allows me to go to the listing agent and say, hey, this person's been underwritten already. It's almost as good as cash.
Absolutely. And so what that means also, Tim, is that we can close the loan a lot faster than most lenders out there.
Yep. So volatility in the mortgage market, we saw them jump up a little bit. I think beginning of March, maybe end of February, kind of cooled back down.
Yep.
Are we going to see more of that?
So we expect that to be the case for the rest of the year, which is why it's important to, once we have our pre-approval in place, it's our job to monitor what the rates are doing.
Yeah.
So when you find a property, the question becomes, do we lock now or do we let it float at a later time to lock before the loan gets closed? And for that, there are a lot of recommendations. We can focus on, what the rates have been doing. However, it's very much up to the buyer and what the comfort level is to make sure that, we're making some sound decisions.
Yep. That makes sense. Hey, JC, thanks for coming.
Absolutely.
Timothy Schutte with Exit Realty Capital City and JC Diaz with Movement Mortgage. Have a great day.